Hey everyone, how's it going? Azrin here, owner of the Calgary Language Nerds, and welcome to today's Learn Gujarati with Me podcast episode and YouTube video. Today we're going to keep going with numbers in Gujarati. We've been going through this for the past few days, and we've been learning how to count to 100. Today we're going to go from 60 all the way to 90. So we're going to do more numbers in a single video than we typically do. Normally we've gone 10 at a time. Today we're going to go a little bit further. And I want to show you something just for personal interest's sake. I just want to show you something really interesting about the numbers. So today I thought to myself, it's going to be faster. It's going to be faster and also neater to write the numbers out. If I just get the AI just to type the numbers out, then I don't have to write it in the Zoom text. It's faster. You guys have seen how I've done it before. And I want to show you something. This is fascinating. Look how long, look at how many chats it took me just to get the numbers written out properly. Like it took me a long time to get it written out. And the primary reason for it, if we go back to the bottom here, the primary reason for it, here we go. The primary reason for it is that, well, Gujarati numbers are so spicy. We've talked about this over and over. Gujarati numbers are just, I don't know what the heck they were doing when they made their number system. So first of all, we have numbers that are not pronounced the way they're written. Second of all, we have regional variations of pronunciation. Third of all, there are also just like certain numbers where you have like a couple of options how to say it. And then fourth of all, most importantly, there isn't exactly a great pattern where it's easy to remember the numbers. Like, what were you doing? I speak French, and French from the numbers 80 to 100 is just really weird. It's kind of a strange system that they use. And people that learn French, they don't like 80 to 100 because it's very, very, very odd. Well, I was joking with a friend of mine the other day who does speak French, and I was like, man, if you think 80 to 100 in French is weird, you should look at like 20 to 100 in Gujarati. Like, what the heck were they thinking? Anyway, there's my little rant. So today we're going to look at 60 to 90. And yeah, let's just dive right in. So we have 60, which we looked at last time, is, well, Saint is how it's pronounced. Sometimes you'll see it written as Sat, which we talked about before. Sat, but usually pronounced as Saint. Saint. 61, we have Iksat. Iksat. 62, Basat. 63, Tresat. 64, not 64, 60, 60, yeah, 64. 64, Chosat. Chosat. 65, Pasat. Pasat. 66, 66, Chasat. Chasat. 67, Sarsat. Sarsat. 68, Arsat. Arsat. Now, 69 is Ogan Siter, but people will often flip the pronunciation and they will actually write it as Ogana Siter. So Ogan Siter is the actual number, but people will say Ogana Siter. So it's quite funny when I was getting this AI to write the numbers, it would very regularly write the numbers how people might pronounce it. I was like, wow, this is quite fascinating. So 69, it's written here how some people might pronounce it, Ogana Siter. But it's actually written, and many people do pronounce it as Ogan Siter to follow the typical pattern for the nines. Okay, moving on to 70s here. Here we go. So 70, we have Siter, Siter. 71, we have Ekoter. Some people might say Ikoter. I've heard both. Ekoter, Ikoter, Boter, Toter, Chumoter, Panchoter, Chot. Let's go down a bit here. 76, Choter, Sitoter, or you might hear Sitioter, Sitioter. 78, we have Itoter or Itioter. We'll hear both. Here again, it's written Oganaesi. Actually, it's written, yeah, Oganaesi. It's actually Oganaesi, Oganaesi or Oganaesi. And lastly, number 80, Esi. Okay, let's keep going here. Bam. Okay, 80, Esi. Then we have Ekyasi. By the way, if you ever see, if for those that are learning the actual script, if you ever see people spell this with a sh sound, like Ekyashi, you might see people spell it that way. And I don't think that's the right way. I think this is the right way. But again, Gujarati is a flexible language in that sense. And yeah, people do pronounce it from what I've heard anywhere, from what I've heard anyway, ikyasi. So ikyasi, byasi, pyasi. I've also heard triasi as well. I've heard that too. 84, chodiasi. I've also heard churiasi with the oo sound. Chodiasi, churiasi. I've heard that before. 85, we have panchasi. Then we have chiasi for 86. Satya. Ooh, let's go down here. Satyasi, or as is written here, sityasi. You'll hear both. Satyasi or sityasi. Here, ityasi, as it's written on the screen, or atyasi. So ityasi, atyasi. You'll hear both of those. Number 89, it's the first 9 that actually breaks the typical rules of the nines. Like 29, 39, 49 follows the rules, but 89, they're like, yeah, no, let's just do something different. And we have nevyasi. And lastly, 90 is neu. It's nevu, but people usually say neu. So, as I said, I know it's a lot. I know it's kind of tricky. What I would do for the ones that have multiple pronunciations, just pick one that you like and you stick with that one and you're good to go. So one more time, let's just go to the top. Let's just go together. I say a number, you copy me. Okay, 60, saint. Let's zoom in a little bit. There we go. 61, iksat. Your turn. 62, basat. Your turn, you say it. So after each one, you copy me. 63, tresat. 64, chosat. 65, pasat. 66, chasat. 67, sarsat. 68, arsat. 69, oganasiter. 70, siter. Let's scroll down. 71, ekoter. 72, boter. 73, toter. 74, chumoter. 75, panchoter. 76, choter. 77, sitoter. Also sitioter as an option. 78, itoter. Also have an option of itioter. 79, oganesi. You could also say oganaesi if it's easier for you. Oganesi, oganaesi. And 80 is esi. By the way, this N in esi, we're not pronouncing it. It's just a. It's just kind of a nasal marker. Esi. Esi. Okay. All right. 81, ikyasi. 82, byasi. 83, tiasi. Or you could say triasi. I've heard that too. 84, choriasi. I have heard as well, churiasi. 85, panchasi. 86, chiasi. 87, sityasi or satyasi. 88, ityasi or atyasi. 89, let's scroll down. 89, nevyasi. 90, neu. Wow, lots of numbers in one video. So again, how do we practice these? I mean, again, honestly, the way to practice them, I think, like just the most straightforward way, just count to 90. Like randomly, you're in the kitchen, just go ek, be, tron, char, panch, cha, sat, no, das, blah, 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 blah. Count and like just see how high you can get. And when you forget a number, look it up. And you'd be surprised, actually. You'd be surprised how quickly you can start to count to 100. You'd be quite surprised how quickly you can start to happen if you just sort of run them off in your head when you have a couple of minutes. Okie dokie. Let's wrap it up there, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Outro. Bye.